Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today at this special time. And my good friend, Dr.Laurie Moore, is here with us all the way from Hawaii, and I'm in Vienna, so there's like a 12-hour time difference. So it's amazing we can even chat. It's great, So we're all here, and today we're going to be talking about generating reality instead of adopting worry. Right? So this is really key and really relevant for right now, generating reality instead of adopting worry. And so part of what we're going to talk about is how you can generate the opposite of whatever worries you. You can create heaven, even if hell is available. And the strongest light is generated in the times of confusion and chaos. And heaven on earth is available to be generated. And even in extreme challenges, peace is an option. And so for those of you who may not know Dr.Laurie Moore, she's been with us many times, is a wonderful guest and sought after speaker. She's a licensed LMFT therapist, a certified hypnotherapist, and animal communicator. She's often found laughing joyously, magically assisting people with transforming burdens into solutions and speaking with animals. She's authored many books, and she's found on many of these radio shows, telesummits, etc. And we're so happy that she's with us because, she moved to Hawaii last year, I think it was. And so since then, so much has been changing for her and for, I'm sure, all of us at the same time. So I want to check in with Dr. Laurie. How's it going? How is beautiful Hawaii?
It is my home, and I prayed to be here for years, and every time I asked, is it time yet? The message came, there's still other stuff for you to do in other locations in the world, so we'll let you know. And when it was time, it was like bam, bam, bam.
Yes.
So Hawaii is my home. I love it. I feel married to Hawaii. I've been here many lifetimes. I feel in deep devotion. Working on shifting some energies on the island, in the self, in the land, in the planet. Deep work for the self and family. So it is just my place to be. We've created the house as a beautiful temple inside and out. So I just give thanks every moment for this time in my life.
I'm so glad. And I'm glad that you're here with us today to share and to talk about, generating, different possibilities, and that's the thing. It's like, when we're generating our version of what we would like our reality to be, we don't have to be caught up in the chaos, caught up in the worry, caught up in the fear, right? So I love this topic that we're going to talk about today.
Yes. It's not that we won't have our moments when we feel those emotions and we're asked to transform them, to feel them, to embrace them, to let them shift at yet a deeper level. But this is, in my view, worldview, which is why I wanted to get myself to Hawaii by now, is for now. Mm-hmm. This is one of the most sacred times on the planet. The change available is beyond what happened with Atlantis, beyond what happened with Lemuria. It is a catalyst. We can go through deep change, and we know on Earth, which is the planet of polarity, as contrast is the teacher here, people get to choose. Mm-hmm. And there will be people and groups who choose to de-evolve very deeply. So bless them and thank them, because that kind of energy, as it gets denser or whatever it becomes, it is a contrast that invites the highest of light, the purest of light, the deepest of shifts in ourselves. So don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Now is the time that what you're doing will be like a multiplied mirror to the max. So if you find yourself, which we all will, I will, everyone will, in judgment, stop judgment. Don't make yourself wrong. Note that the judgment comes from a discernment, from a contrast, and ask for help. Maybe you're seeing someone do something at 1,000,000% and you're doing it at 0.01. Shift that 0.01 and the miracles will be glorious. And so just be, gosh, when I realized it was revving up now, to like, okay, there could be an appearance of New World Order, there could be a World War III. I was just like, yay, the time for the highest light, solutions for all. Like, to whatever extent that energy is coming toward us, I am going to create personally, professionally, family, community, island, and globe, like the most intense light ever. I'm going to go to the deepest place of light. No more excuses. I'm on call every second, inwardly or outwardly. And so I'm saying that as an invite of inspiration for everyone.
Beautiful. I love it. Beautiful. And that's the thing. It is, right now is the time that we're needed, right? All of our light
more than
is
ever
needed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And the challenge is, I don't know, well, I do know about you. I was going to say I don't know about you. I know lots about you. So what am I saying? So the last 3 years were the most intense challenges of my life, and I don't talk to people about what happened. I didn't want to tell people what happened. I was at work on it, because I knew my oversoul was saying, just take care of it. And I was like, this does not make sense. I didn't sign up for it. And my oversoul was like, yes, you did. And finally, after 3 years, I reached out to various others, healers, other people like me and you, shared intimately the details of what was going on. And mostly of it was on other realms. It wasn't things tangible that money would notice, but and found out others had gone through the same. We helped each other. I'm on the other side of it. Others are on the other side of it. You got on the other side of it like a year before a bunch of us. Yeah. And so if the hard times come, just be like, oh, hallelujah, thank you. This is going to be the greatest of everything if I'm willing to find my way through and help. You do need help.
You do need help. Absolutely.
Yeah. My 3 years of not asking for help, and I was like, I'm going to do this myself. People will think I'm insane. Actually was needed for my growth, but then the time to ask for help came, and it was just so important on every level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So do what you can on your own, but know that support is always available for you as well, right? So not just support in the heavens, but here, support is available for you as well, right? So reach out when you get to that point where it's like, I just can't do it anymore. Just reach out. You're not alone. And I think a lot of people, that's what they need to hear right now, is that they're not alone. We are all in this together, but we can choose how we want to respond. So I didn't say how we want to react. I said how we want to respond. That's key right there, right?
Absolutely. And creating reality is a second to second choice. So like right now, because I get excited because I love talking and sharing, but then I notice, okay, but I'm going, so I just breathe, right? And then in the breath, a whole new balance comes in. And it's like that with all the creations. God, it's such a glorious time to create anything. But we misuse the most simple tools of our intention, our heart, our cleansing of what's not in harmony, our breathing, our focusing in silence, all of it. And then every day is a day to create the self, the world, the family, the universe, wherever you're living, in harmony, in cooperation, in friendship with Mother Earth, in friendship with Divine Mother Father, in friendship with the dolphin, whales, cats, dogs, rabbits, lizards, etc., in friendship with all the benevolent multidimensionals that want to gather in community with you in your homes and properties. So this is a beautiful musical expression of the whole universe. Earth is being asked to create such a change. Yes.
And so it's important for us to ask what we would like to create, or how we would like to see our next expression be on the planet, or with humanity. And I don't think it's so hard right now because we're getting so much. You're not anymore because you're not on Facebook, but we're getting so much. I don't know.
You're getting shot. Let me tell you what you're getting and become very unpopular, because it's like wake up call. I knew this was coming when I was a baby. It's like, let's create heaven on earth and not World War III concentration camps. Sorry to be doom and gloom, but I'm actually one of the most positive people I know because I admit the polarities. So I'm inviting people to do the same. You're getting shot at. I was talking about it with someone the other day. It's like you walk into these places that are like, oh, Starbucks and or Walmart. And I mean, I guess those places are closed now, but or the cell phone. The first time I had an experience of any of those places, I was like, holy mackerel, these guys are really smart. They're almost as smart as the angels in the light because they're programming everyone. People, and I'm not making you wrong for any of that stuff, but know what's happening. You walk into a place like that and they are programming you and you are losing yourself. And it comes through Facebook and it comes through the internet. Now you can create immuneness to all of it. So create immuneness or get away from it. But the opportunity is to get back to creating our own reality, because there's immense dark forces on the planet that will try to kidnap your consciousness, and you don't notice. And then people say like, oh, I have a personal problem. I'm thinking, oh my God, you're being shot at by all these things. It's a planetary problem. And so you have to get so strong that you can walk through those places and not care and not be affected, or you have to be wise and say, well, you know, my personal vulnerability disposition is I don't walk through that place because I'm so sensitive in that arena. I just stay away from it, and then it's not existing, and I'm going back to my focus. So addiction's up for people. A lot of things people don't think are addictions are addictions. And so I have no judgment about addictions. I have a great desire that people know they can be transformed into something far more wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, the cell phone, yes, we are definitely addicted to that, right? But we don't have to be. We can choose differently, right? We don't have to, every time the light is blinking, check it. We can wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, I use it because it's a tool. It's a tool for my business, and it's a tool for me to communicate with my family. It's a tool.
Yes.
But you know, that blinking light all the time, sometimes I have to just turn it over so I don't see the blinking light, you know, because it's like saying, pick me up, check me out, see what's here. And then of course, you know.
So let's give people help with that. So it's not about judgment, it's about our vulnerability being utilized to support. So can I lead people through a quick meditation?
Yes, please.
Addiction is hot for everyone. Everyone's addicted to something, even if it's your thought pattern. So no judgment. So let's just bring in a transmission to help with that, to love everybody, to soothe everybody, into focus on what is most valuable, to take our focus into what is most valuable. So as I speak, I'm sending out a loving energy that you redirect yourself into that which feeds your highest self. So that which has been gone into the cells of your limbs or your body or your organs, which distracts you into something that doesn't use your incarnational moment now in the highest and happiest of ways, starts to wash out of you. And so you remember your power of light is stronger than any forces vying for your attention in that way by strategies that ultimately don't serve you. So just take a moment to breathe. Deep breath up into the chest and all through the body. And we're going to release out anything no longer needed that has hooked us up to the wrong forms of information, the wrong forms of nourishment. By wrong, it's not a judgment, and by non-nourishing, by non-supporting your liberty, your sovereignty, your highest choices of participation. So we're breathing in, and all emotions coming out are welcome. Sorrow, laughter, tears, anger, whatever it is. And as it's breathed out and collected by the most angelic light beings who carry it out far, far beyond time and space, so it's of no concern to you, harming nothing on the way, you are encapsulated in a new beauty of yourself, in a new light of yourself, which becomes more and more pure for your focus. Let us strengthen the feminine through chakra 3, which has been so harmed in so many women and men that there's great confusion, no blame. We're all going, there we go. We're bringing a light there so choices can be made and then can be sturdy. Huge change can happen at any time. I give thanks to those who are especially inspiring me in this moment, including you, of course, by working on this web of goodness. Let us go through all the chakras, and I bring in a strengthening of what's needed, a release of what's not, so you realize you are your deepest authority, not in your mind, but in your energetic map, in the heart, to the soul, to the universe, with all your higher guidance. Everyone, take a deep breath. Sounds are welcome if you like to breathe out sounds or a movement, however you like to do it. Let's do it again. There you go. And that simpleness will help you. You'll feel more and more as we move through the show. I'll stop many times because information is good, but shifting it is better. And I want to offer you as much as I can in the energy realm, where things are taking place on realms way beyond, you know, this is a very out sketch, these bodies, these minds, and we're so responsible for them. But to really change the planetary programming, we have to go deep into far deeper realms of light. And Alara holds them so well with us. Her intensity of light is just so brilliant. You can hardly even look at it. It's so amazing. And it's just gone up the charts even since our last talk together. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. And that is what we need. We need to come back and honor and acknowledge our sovereignty, our knowing, our truth of who we are, right? That is greater than anything else.
Yes.
We've given away our power so many times, and now it's time to claim our power, be in our power, and take our next step, whatever that happens to be, and create and generate that reality that we desire, regardless of the worry. So, one of the things you talk about is generating the opposite of worry, right? So whatever it is that you're creating right now, if you're constantly worried about whatever it is, that's what you're going to create, right? So it is possible to generate the opposite of what worries us, but how can we do that? Let's talk
let me give you a transmission to help you feel more trust in yourself, because there's tremendous organization at play to dismantle you, to disfocus you. So you're not listening to yourself, you're listening to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So no judgment. That's what's happened. Now, some of you are like, didn't happen to me. Bingo, good, yay. So I want to help everyone it happened to and upgrade those it didn't happen to. And most of us, it's somewhere, it's both. So,
Mm-hmm.
So breathe in. And a deep strengthening through the crown chakra is going to come through you, every chakra all the way into the root, deep down into the earth below you, way up into the sky above you. And it's going to help you remember to listen to yourself. Yourself is not your mind exactly. The mind's a wonderful microphone for the heart, for the soul. Your deepest self that exists way before the appearance onto this play, this enactment, this planet. You're going to feel into the guidance from that. You're going to be strengthened so your doubt is diminished. You're going to understand that your strength comes from something far beyond what you think or do. When forces come to try to dismantle, and they can come from anyone. They can come from your best friend. They can come from someone watching you on a show. They can come from someone who's sent to you, who will tell you there's someone they're not. It's happening all day, every day to everyone. So you're going to up your discernment so you know, wait, what's that person doing with me right now? What am I doing with that person? Where do I need to navigate? How do I go deeper and listen deeper? You will have normal human reactions as things occur. Oh, someone's giving me their authority. Return to sender. Bless you in your own authority. Okay, so deep breathing. Some people on this line just want to give others their authority so badly. It's such an awesome disposition to be in. You get to blame someone else. So bam it out. Just let's slice that out. There's no room for that. Or if you want to do it, it's going to spiral you down. So let's take some love and softness and help heal the blame game, the anger, the sorrow. It kind of might have started for one of you at infancy because you didn't get something as soon as you were born, and my heart goes out to you. I totally get that. So let's bring you some softness and love. There you go. There you go. You know who I'm talking about. So you can go to yourself now. Forgiveness can't be real until these things happen. So there you go. So there was a taste of forgiveness at the one that was blamed. You two have been blaming yourself for lifetimes back and forth, so let that one go. Yes, you can be mad at me. That's cool. And I send it back to you lovingly. There you go. So there's some hopelessness. I can't transform this, so at least I have to be angry to keep my energy up. I know that one. I've done that before. Okay, so let's ask your highest guides to come in and show you something different. It might take a few hours, but let's see if we can do it. Bingo right now is a miracle, even for a second, and then you'll acquiesce into more of it. This is for everyone now. There we go. We're all holding it for one, which means holding it for the all on different layers. Okay, let me see what else is needed. There we go, all through the line of the self. Okay, helplessness is fine. Just say, thank you, helplessness. Beings will come in now and cart it off. Take it out of this reality, out of time and space, so it can be transformed in a way that will harm nobody, cause no harm. There we go. Good, we reached another point. There's still a lot to do during the show, but there you go. That was another shift for many. One shift may lead to the next shift, and you're like, don't worry. We're gonna my intention is a number of transmissions a show, and then landing and everyone landing in a whole new ground.
Awesome. Thank you.
You have to choose it and intend it. Otherwise, I or anyone can do nothing for you. Somebody called the other day. It's the busiest time in years and years because of what's going on. And so, all people are just calling and calling. Such beautiful light workers, awesome people just doing the deepest work. It's such a rich time. And then someone calls up, forgot to do some work on a few major issues for like many, many decades and wanted me to solve it in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm laughing my head off. I'm reminding myself of Bob Newhart's video. Actually, a colleague reminded me of Bob. Just stop it. And I'm educating the person on, like, you got to do these things. Like, you're responsible for yourself. So we need to be really responsible on all levels right now. So like if you are dealing with money, if you're dealing with health, if you're dealing with love, if you're dealing with career, you can't just do it through energetic levels. You have to be responsible and respect that you're in the third D. You have to do all the normal things that everyone else does. And then this energy becomes catapulting miraculously. But if you don't do the basics, it's like if you're sitting at home and you're living on cookies and then you're like, I'll go get help and we'll do some magic and then I'll be like really healthy. It's like maybe once in a million, but but that's like you have to be realistic. I didn't think I needed to say something like that till I got this email the other day. So just in case,
yeah,
probably all of you are like, you didn't need to say it, but maybe someone out there I did, and that's fine. Yeah.
I don't know why I know why I'm yawning like crazy, but it's like I'm yawning like crazy. Just those 2 transmissions so far, and I'm like yawning like crazy. It's like, okay.
Release.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So stuff is shifting. So for those of you who are watching or listening, allow yourself to breathe, allow yourself to release, let go. You don't need to hold on to the old stuff anymore, the stories anymore. Okay. So
yeah, and you release in your sleep. So sometimes when we're releasing, we get really tired. And just set an intention that you're protected by the highest guides of yourself, by your highest self. So your sleep is productive and that you release what is no longer needed and it gets taken to realms where it can be composted with no one harmed and it be escorted out by the right help. And then you receive a good sleep. Sometimes people are waking up and they're like, I'm tired, because you have to set how you sleep these days. Really all days, but with everything so potent, it's a really wonderful, glorious time to make all the rules about how you sleep for yourself, the good rules.
So talk about that a little bit, because people may not understand that, when we are sleeping, we're still creating stuff, we're still doing all sorts of stuff,
Yes. So sleep time is a time where your work of the day, everything you were intending, releasing, building, creating, shifting, and changing, it's like settling, acquiescing, and your guides, if you invite them, yourself, your highest guide, the guide of light, the highest guide, all guides can come in and help you. Some people get help from their animals and the nature and wild animals outdoor. But you have to ask. It's just like with the angels. They're like hanging out on standby, but you have to ask. You have to set, that's what the humankind programming is, a good program. So you have to ask, you have to intend. Now, some people are like, I just want to acquiesce into unconditional peace and love with all that is, all the polarities. And I really need to bring this up today. It's really important right now. So there's 3 camps right now of humans. Of course, there's a million trillion, and everyone's unique. But I'm noticing 3 camps are revving up. There's the camps that are like, I am on the squad of the dark. I said evil the other day, and someone said, don't say evil. Evil, wake up. Do you want to be in World War III? I don't, and I'm not going to, because I'm going to create something good with everyone who chooses it. So let's, it's like, what if there was dog dew on the rug? Would you be like, don't say dog dew, don't look at it. No, you clean it up, for God's sake. So we got to clean up the whole world, right? We got to clean up ourselves and clean up the whole world. So camp number 1 is in great service. I thank them all the time. Do I like them? Do I hang out with them? Do I get angry at them? Yes, but I have to diminish my anger and release it because they signed up for some of them from pure dark. They're just very lost and de-evolved. And some of them for an experience of it to help. And most not the second, but both. But there are some really high beings in the second. So you want to just, when you see something coming at you that you're like, did I just see that in the media or in my personal life or even in my own brain? Yes. So because you acknowledge it, you have much more power than if you're like, la-di-da-di-da-di, it doesn't exist, right? So you notice it, and then from that, you have so much thanks. Thank you. This is a contrast lesson. What do I need to adjust, tune up, or shift so I'm a generator of heaven on earth on every level? So then you're in thanks to everyone. And then you don't meddle with the universal plan, because you can't decide why people and other beings came here. That's between them and their dialogue with the light. So then there's the camp that they're on full drive right now. They're on like, okay, this is the rev up time. We signed up to come to the planet. Maybe we wish we didn't, but it's time, you know? No excuses. Full light. Upgrade, upgrade, 24/7. Upgrade, 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 upgrade. Okay, and then there's a confused group, because part of them contracted with the light and part of them contracted with the dark, and they don't know what they're doing right now. And they're like, I don't know what just happened. The universe is falling apart. I was happy. I was sad. Be very careful of that. If you're in that, get help. If people close to you are doing that, I'm staying away. I'm just cutting off in love. I'm just like, I'm busy these days. I'm doing something different. That's very dangerous, because those beings are going to suffer. They're already suffering privately so bad. So get help if you're in that camp. There is no judgment on it. Just get help. And if someone else is in your world right now, especially these 10 days of like very climatic change, 10, 13 days of very climatic change, back off. You need your energy, and those beings will just confuse everyone. They're in the media, they're in your personal life, they're everywhere. And have so much tenderness for them. I feel almost like such gentle love for them, but do not reach out and help. I've gotten myself in trouble with that, because until someone commits one way or the other, a lot of trouble. So know your commitment in your heart. If there's any confusion about it, get help. And go forward. The universe will help you. And at nighttime, back to the question, before bed, ask for complete protection. So your bed is a temple. You and the beings in your house are in a temple. Every organ inside you is in a temple. Your bedroom's in a temple. Your house is in a temple. You can use a different word. It doesn't have, I'm just using temple, a spiritual container for your deepest light work. Ask for that the archangels you trust. I don't like to tell people who to ask, but the archangels you trust protect your home, all surroundings in your home, 5 feet out from your home, 10 feet out from your home, you know, your highest guide, your angels, whatever spiritual religious terminology works for you, the one light. It's all fine, but call on it in the deepest of ways. And if what you called on your whole life, that work suddenly isn't working, get educated on other options, because you might need different guidance at this time. But it always has to be through you, what you feel right, because you're on your own trajectory with its learnings and non-learnings and everything you're here for. And so you have to do it. It has to be authentic to you, and that's and then it will work, and then the light showers on you, and it can change. Your authenticity can change. I would love, can I have questions now, because I feel questions in the air.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you would like to ask Laurie a question, you can raise your hand, or you can type in the chat. And if you don't know how to raise your hand, type in the chat that you want to raise your hand, and I'll unmute you. Okay.
So Connie's raising her hand. Yeah.
Connie.
Out, please. Sorry.
Go ahead. Hi.
Interruption. Hi. I was just wondering if you could maybe give an example of something you could say at night that might help protect me a little better.
Yes,
because
great question.
As you can see, I wrote a big thing there, and I'm having trouble sleeping in. I'm exhausted, and like I have to have a spirit come. Like I have a spirit guide that he comes and he puts me to sleep, but then he has to leave, and then I'm being downloaded obviously every night, but it's not
okay. I asked Archangel Michael to protect my brain when I sleep, and my heart, and my soul, and my body, and my bed, and my bedroom, so that really only my highest purpose is the focus, and nobody else be allowed in here. This includes my entire home, the ground below it, the sky above it, and 360 degrees around it. And I ask from the depth of my heart that the light show me my purpose in my sleep. So you can go back and write that down if you hear the tape, but what I want to invite you to do, Connie, is don't try to figure out your purpose with your mind. Your purpose is in your heart. And right now, the purpose that you're being asked to do is to go into a very deep light and let your guides reintegrate your baby self and yourself from many different time periods to relieve a lot of burden that's around your heart. And nothing else matters, and no one else should be in your sleep space. And if you use that with full intention, ask that it work. And also, I'm feeling you need to ask some specific, ask that your angels, and then go do a little research on the archangels, and you'll get like, bingo, I need to ask that one, and that one.
That's the problem, though. That's where I'm having the issues, is with the archangels.
And what is the issue?
It's something I don't really remember what I was like on the collective. I don't remember what all my stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, but I've had some issues where Michael's one of them, and Spirit's basically the only person I trust right now.
Only ask Spirit. Forget about the archangels. Only ask Spirit.
Because it's like the angels coming to me at night and causing problems. Well, they do all day, but and it has something to do with it before I can remember. I don't remember what I was like on the collective. So
let me just check something. So there's interference in your field, and so when they're coming to you, there's meddlers and interferers. So ask Spirit to remove all interference. And to make your light body so strong that your body is so strong that all interference is removed. And Spirit's on call 24/7. Spirit doesn't take a nap.
No, he's practically with me all the time, except he's getting tired too, because,
Well, the spirit of the universal source isn't tired. The universal source just is. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Connie.
Thank you.
All right, so we have.
I need to say something. Our own projections of others getting upset or doubting or tired with us can go into realms where that isn't really what's happening, because we're in time and space, and the light source isn't burning out. It's not the light source that goes through everything isn't. It's not a judge. There's not a judgment in these realms. There's not a tiredness. It exists very differently. So sometimes something got tired, and then we saw something that represented that, but there's something pure behind it. See, that's what's up right now, is all this fooling and meddling. There are many forces on the planet that want to meddle with you and fool you and make you think things are happening. And so the task is to go so deep into the light forces that those things can't meddle. But there's work to be done. And so, of course, when people are calling me now, I'm assisting them. We're looking for, okay, is it an old thought form? Is it a weakness in the physical body, the light body? And that would be if you do the special that I offered and talked to Laura about, that we could work with your individual situations, because we're all having them right now. I've had to do the deepest shifting in myself and my whole this incarnation in the last month on myself. So I'm in full embrace and love and understanding, and complexities, many complexities that each person has are having an opportunity to be shifted all at once.
There's a lot going on right now. So you also have to be gentle with yourself and compassionate with yourself as you continue to move forward and create, but be gentle. I mean, if you're being called to take a break, take a break. It's what you need right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's, and that's not giving up. That's not failing. That's I'm not
breaks.
doing enough. You need a break so that you can
rest.
Yeah.
We need time, do fun stuff. We need to do everything. Yeah.
We're going to go to Pat. Pat, I'm going to unmute you. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Laurie. Thank you so much for all your wisdom. I'm experiencing a lot of off-balance lightheadedness when I walk. And I'm trying to ground myself into Mother Earth, go out in nature. I do a lot of stuff. And I feel like I'm walking into a mastery frequency of some kind.
Yes, I feel two things are going on. And one is physical, nothing to be alarmed or worried about, but a little I don't, and I know it's a hard time on the planet to get physical help, and I don't know if you do acupuncture or what you do, but I do feel there's a physical thing that does need to be addressed. I'm not a medical intuitive, so I can't say what it is. But the other thing is, yes, a new vibrational mastery to the mastery you're already in is coming in, and there is like there's a discombobulation as one tries to come in and the other tries to go out, and it's not ready yet, and it's trying to get ready, and it's actually part of why it's not ready is I do feel there's a physical thing that needs to be slightly adjusted, but there's something like
that. I felt I need to stop some of the supplements I'm taking.
Yes, bingo. I think you need to shift supplements and figure that out with yourself or whatever medical, since I'm not a medical person, does that. But there's a vibration here, and let me find out why that's blocking things.
Okay.
Because the brain it's doing different things that are not working together. One's in your new way and one's not. Just a minute, let me see what's going on. So we're asking for a complete washing of what's not needed from the brain through the body at a pace that you can feel comfortable. Because you're like, you can't just be someone different all of a sudden. It has to happen at the right pace.
Yes.
But we're asking that whatever in the brain that's feeling an interference, because it needs, and the body an adjustment, there's a softening, that the softening of all this happen. There you go. There's no rush. So you can rebirth yourself in a nice pace that the energetic and the physical and the emotional and the mental can all happen. Okay. Yeah. And if we end up working together one-on-one, I can go deeper with you to help that feel more harmonious how it's happening, because your personality does have a wonderful tenaciousness, a tenacity that moves through things, and all of a sudden it's like this new energy is trying to come in, and it's not getting along with this strength that has been so good for you your whole life, because you're going into something different now. Okay. Yeah. Does that all make sense?
Yes, thank you. And I asked my body, I hold my supplements and ask my body, should I stop this?
Whatever medical procedures you believe in, whether it's with a practitioner or yourself, you decide that. I don't answer medical questions.
Okay. Okay.
My background is spirituality, emotional, mental,
Sure.
I'm just telling everyone, because people have been asking me a lot of medical questions lately, and it's not what I'm trained in. I have a psychotherapy background, a psychology background, a spirituality, so I'm real good with all that stuff, but I'm not a medical.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pat. All right, we're gonna go to Melissa. I'll go ahead and unmute you. Hello?
Hi, do I have to unmute myself?
No, you're fine. You're unmuted.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. I'm really grateful. I was just trying to figure out what to say. Laurie,
Hi.
I guess I'm wondering, I was so excited you were here, and I just really was so excited to connect with you, but something happened in the last couple of days, and I can't figure it out, but it's very scary to me because I connected with someone, and in that, after the conversation, at first I felt okay, but now, and especially yesterday, I feel like I'm completely disconnected from who I am. Like
I get it. Okay, so what's happening? So did like a shift happen? Are you feeling that this was related to the person you connected with? Are you feeling that not like that what your experience today is connected to the experience of connecting with someone yesterday?
Yes, partially, yes. But I kind of don't want to go there. I'm kind of trying to stay in neutral, but
well, what you're doing is you're trying not to go into blame, which is wonderful, and you're purposely not going to gossip. And I thank you. I don't want their name. And I thank you. I thank you. I get your high integrity. I get it. And so what's happened is this is happening a lot. So people who are carrying entities, forces that are doing anything to get to light workers and others and don't know it because they're an illusion in their head. Like they're like, oh, I'm about love. And they're like, and you're like, I just feel like you siphoned all the energy out of me. Oh, I'm in a love state, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm doing a really big exaggerated one, but there's smaller ones. And so you think you're doing one thing. Usually the clue is a person who is using those kind of not so good forces, and they don't know, they're innocent, they're forgiven, usually. Those forces will look for what you need the most. What do you need that you haven't known how to supply yourself? Do you need nourishment badly? Do you need to be grounded? Do you need to be approved of? They will find what you most need and just give you some of it. And while you're like, oh, wow, because you do need it, but you actually need it from yourself. You do need it, or from a healthy source of ones you can trust. They're doing something very different. At the same time, they are taking you for everything you got. And this is happening a lot. And so once you identify that someone is doing that and they don't realize it, you stop. You cut it off with them. If you realize you're doing it and you don't understand, you get help. If you realize someone else is doing it, you have to cut off from that immediately. You can't heal them, you can't solve it, and it will hurt you. And then you have space to that, wow, why did I do that? What, not a judge, but what in me? I'm going to give you examples of times in my life when this happened to me. I was so in need of like some calm peacefulness because I'm such a like air fire that it got way beyond of how much I was being siphoned. And I finally noticed, because someone could provide that, because people can be very mixed. And finally I kind of looked and I'm like, oh wow, you got all these beings behind you. And I didn't want to see. Now I want to see every second. I want to see before it starts. But that was a great teacher. Another time, compassion has gotten me in the wrong door many times. Someone has such a story in need of compassion that I overstep. I don't even look, and then I'm being utilized in a certain way. Whatever it is, something that's out of balance. My compassion was out of balance. My need for calmness had to come from taking the time to calm myself. I'm not looking at what it is for you. That would be personal and private. If you did a private session with me, I wouldn't be doing that on the air right now, but I'm just feeling not to. But you look for what did you think was happening? And because that's going to be need to fed in a healthy way, but you need to cut off from that source of energy exchange. Does this make sense?
Yes, but I do have a question. I want to ask you, because I asked myself, I tuned in and I got that, no, don't go back to the person and ask them to undo what was done, because that's going to create more harm. So I need to just, and then so my question is I want to do this for myself, but I need to get myself back in alignment and reclaim, and something that I tried to, this is like, I know I gave my power away on some level without being fully conscious of it, because afterwards.
Good to know that. Yeah. We're on earth to do things and then learn that's not what we want to do. And once you can state it, awesome. I've done the same thing. So.
Who hasn't, right? We all have. I said we all have, right? So there's no judgment. We've all given away our power at some point, many times, over and over again.
And so your question is, now that you've been dismantled, what do you do? And so that's when you do need help. When I've been dismantled, I get help. So that's when you reach out for help.
Yeah.
And so you reach out to whoever you know who helps you.
That's the issue, is not trusting, and that just happened again, because then I was like, okay, I can trust here, and this happened. So it's like, then I go, okay, is this just a self-fulfilling prophecy again? So
no, you're in training. Earth is boot camp. You're learning discernment. You're doing great. Get help from someone who's willing to work with those kind of meddling energies to get you cut off from all that and back into yourself. I don't do that. I don't want to be around the meddling energies. I'm a lightweight. I do very ethereal work. Get a tough person.
Well, and that's the issue for me, is trying to find that person that's at that high enough and tough and all of that, because
Okay, email me. I have someone in mind.
okay, thank you, Laura. I
Yeah,
appreciate
or you can email me. I have somebody in mind too, who is like
Okay.
amazing, beyond
guys, I will.
amazing.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I really
Thank
need that.
you.
Awesome.
I
Thank
help
you,
people
Melissa.
create amazing miracles and shifts, but if you got like hardcore entities around you, I'm not that one.
Exactly. I'm not either. I do the other stuff. I stay clear from sorcery, entities, demons, you know, that's not my thing. I can do it, you know, push comes to shove, but you know, there are other people who
were born for that, who contracted for that, who were given the Constitution for that, and that's their mission. And bravo, yay, there are those. Great.
Thank God, because I needed one recently.
Me too.
He was very, really good. So, I mean, yeah.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
Deborah has a question. She says, I think I'm making great progress and had a wonderful experience and was given my mission, but now I'm trying to figure out next steps. What advice can you give me to keep moving forward or help with direction?
Okay, well, you're being actually asked, there's a lot going on. First of all, there's a lot of blockage around for you to really notice what you actually would be really the most talented at, and that has to be released. So let's just ask that you set a strong intention now that be released, because you're a light carrier, you carry immense light. But there's a lot of confusion about tunnels and avenues in which to constructively put that. So first of all, know you're making a difference already just by the light you carry. If you did nothing, you're already making a huge difference. But in terms of carving out, and I know you've done constructive things, don't misunderstand. I know you've done beautiful constructive things, but your most greatest talents may have been overlooked because they're so simple to you that you don't think of them as talents. So I would ask the universe to like put a bright bingo, like this is it. When you're just saying something or doing something that you think this isn't a talent, this is just what everyone does. It's a great talent. So you get some more awareness of some things that seem like nothing to you that are huge gifts to everyone else. And from there, you'll be able to carve out and craft out a path for your next constructive use of what you have to share.
Awesome. So Deborah, let us know how that resonates with you. All right, how that lands with you.
And that's something you can talk to me about in a session. That I can talk to you about.
Awesome. Good.
In depth.
So Marlene has a question. Marlene says, I'm very busy as a healer now as well. How can I assist more people without burning out?
There's not a quantity, doesn't mean anything. Popularity means nothing. I turned off my Facebook page. It was wasting my time. It was draining me. It was shooting things at me. I don't care. My business went way, way, way up. I have a very popular Facebook page. People were commenting on it in the messages all day long. Now my business is way up. The second I turned it off, all my energy came back. So if you serve yourself and you serve one person impeccably, wonderfully, then more will come. If you're getting tired, you don't need to do that. I've had periods where I couldn't hardly help anyone. I just couldn't. It doesn't matter. You don't have to measure yourself. You help who you can impeccably, and then you're given the energy to help who you need to when you need to, and it builds. But it's not like the more is better. Some people, no one ever knows who they are. They're doing some private hermit job, and they're changing the planet more than anyone by their energy field. So
and they're
it's
not getting
about more.
And they're not getting burnt out. And I think that's the thing is like sometimes and it might not be just because you're a healer, Marlene, it could just be you are doing so much, you know, expending energy. Are you filling yourself up too, you know? So I get burnt out quickly. I do a lot. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be kind to myself. I do a lot and then I get tired, right? And am I filling myself up enough? So, you know, and so are you doing your spiritual practice? Are you maintaining your energy field, right? So Laurie, can you talk a little bit about that too? Because, you know, a lot of times when we are, and I know for the past week, or I don't know, I feel like the whole month of March, I was exhausted. I was like totally fried. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on, but I was like, I was so tired, you know, and I would go for my walks every day with Neo, and Neo is like beyond wonderful. I mean, it's like, I'm so grateful. And I say that to him every day. It's like, how did I get so lucky? Because I'm like, wow, so much fun. But I was still so tired. And part of it is also, I think people, draining your energy, tapping into your energy, and that can be a lot too, right? When we're working with a lot of people.
Well, nobody should be tapping into anyone's energy anymore. The time has passed and it will kill you. So said from someone who, like, after all this, just a month ago, I was like laying on the bed, like, I'm about to die. I've got to call a friend of mine to make sure he can take care of the cats because I'm about to die. And that was the end. It will never happen again. And I'm so serious. So number one, you really have to build your field at this time. So no one's supposed to tap into you. If they're calling you for help, they shouldn't be tapping into you. They should be tapping into themselves. If you don't understand that, you have to shift that. If someone doesn't understand it, just don't work with them. But the main thing is we need what we need. Like, I need yoga every day. I need my prayer walk every day. I need to cook my food from scratch every day. I need to sit around like a cat and do nothing with my cats every day. And if like the most recent book that I've missed every deadline, it's just not worth it, because if it's not written with the right energy, the deadline has to be changed. So if you really need to take care of yourself, and of course you have children or you have grandchildren and you have a job, and I couldn't lay in bed. I couldn't just sit and lay in bed forever, but you have to balance it, but don't give out what you don't have. So if you have to pull back on what you're giving out in order to do your job, because that's how you make your living, you have to do that. If you have to take 2 weeks and do nothing, you have to do that. If you can't, you have to figure something else out to revitalize yourself. But really right now, we can't keep giving our energy. Those of us who are tapping sources, don't do it. And I've stopped. If everyone who calls here because they want to tap into me, I've disappeared myself. Mm-hmm. I've disappeared myself, and the depth of my meditation, yoga, friendships with friends and family, and with my clients is gone way up to how it was years and years ago by putting myself first. You're much more of a contribution if you take care of yourself and get yourself back in balance first. So if you need help, I'm great at that. If you need help to energetically rebalance yourself so you do it differently, that's something you can call me for. I'm very good at helping people with that. I've had to help myself, my home, my property. I've had to recreate everything so very strongly. So I love to help. And that's what I've been helping a lot of people with lately. Yeah.
So hopefully that helps, Marlene. If you have any follow-up questions about, just type in the chat. But that's really important for all of us light workers, all of us healers, all of us who are working with a lot of people right now, is you have to nourish yourself too first, actually. You have to nourish yourself first, right? And because you can't give from an empty cup. We've all heard this. And so maybe something needs to shift in the way that you are, doing your spiritual practice, or however you're filling up your cup. Maybe something needs to shift and change. Okay, so just take a look at that. I mean, I'm looking at that all the time too. It's like, what else can I do differently to have more energy, to have more vitality, to be able to give more? I'm one of those give till I drop. What else can I do, right? But I also have to take care of myself, my energy, my emotional energy, my physical energy, right? Mental energy, etc. So just take a look at what you can change for yourself.
One time I was so curious and I asked my higher guidance. I've shared this on this show before, but I feel it's important to share now. I would like to know how I'm doing. And many people believe that when you go over, you get some kind of like feedback. Some of you believe that, some of you don't. I believe everything, and I don't believe everything all at once. I don't even believe in true versus false. I believe in just looking at all the angles. And so from that angle, I said, I'd like my higher guidance, my counsel, the light source itself to come in and give me my review now, because I want to change it while I'm still on earth. And I was brought up to this beautiful place, and they showered me with love, and they're like, you asked to go to earth. You don't even have to. You set up all these goals for yourself. We love you no matter what. And then, I could be chill for the rest of my life. That was years ago. Because it's like, you're not being judged, really. Mostly it's by yourself that's being judged. And if you're judging yourself, because I used to be great at judging myself, so I'd always pull people in around me to judge me. But now kind of let that go. So different people around me. So you're not judged, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The only ones
From
who
the higher forces.
yeah, exactly. We judge ourselves more harshly than, I mean, that's it.
From
It's
the
us.
core of your own heart, if you check in, you're not judged. Only your mind, only
Yeah.
your words.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to take just a few minutes and talk about the special offer, the package, for a second. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on the special offer button. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Laurie4. So Laurie, it's a really simple package. So basically it's a 10-minute powerful shift session. So what is that all about?
It's about doing a quick shift. So wherever you're stuck, wherever you're got a block, wherever you don't understand, just like tell you really quickly and do a quick shift with you energetically with your body or your light body or your brain. Also, if you want to use it just to check in with a beloved animal on this side or the other, you are most welcome to do that, since half my work is with the animals.
Yeah, exactly. So this 10-minute powerful shift session is not just talking, it's not words, it's an energetic shift, right? It's energetically going to shift you to the next level, upgrade, whatever it is that you're calling it about, you know.
For most people, but sometimes people also just call me for clarity. So if you're just calling for clarity so that you want to go do it your way, that's fine too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely take a look at that. As you have seen already, how quickly Laurie is able to just tap in and shift you know, with your questions. She can definitely do that and more in the session, private one-on-one as well. So because like some things she said, you know, I can't do it on the call, but we can talk about it more on, you know, in a personal session. So please do take a look at that. That is available, like I said, at alara.at/show/Laurie4. So there's a few more questions, Laurie, that people have, if that's okay. I'm trying to take one question per person because I want to get as many people to have a question with Laurie as possible.
One thing, can you remind me what the price is? Because I've put special quarantine prices on things. So I want to make sure it's compatible and fair to everyone, given that this unexpected quarantine happened and I shifted for the duration of this quarantine my prices. So
Okay,
what is the price on that?
It's $49.
Okay, so because of my quarantine prices, you will have 15 minutes with me instead of 10.
Awesome. I will change that. So thank you. Yay.
Thank
awesome. But I will go and I'll change that after the show. So it's a 15-minute session instead of 10. And, you know, a lot can happen in 15 minutes, you know, especially because as you've seen, Laurie, she talks really fast and she moves energy really fast. So a lot can happen in 15 minutes. Yay. That's great. Awesome. So Deborah had a question about her dog, Bella. If that's okay. My dog Bella has knee surgery, had knee surgery about a month ago, and I want to see how you think she's doing, and if she needs something that I'm not doing.
She's recovering, but she feels a weakness in her. And so I don't know what kind of supplements you're using, or if you're using anything like a laser or a magnet mat or acupressure or Reiki. Reiki is lighting up really big. But just more help to boost the sustenance, to boost the return of strength is very much desired.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. And so we all can use a little bit more Reiki right now too. If you are a Reiki practitioner, if you're, you know, use it for yourself. You know, a lot of times we use all these tools for everybody else and then we don't do it for ourselves. I know I rarely ever use Reiki, but you know, sometimes I'm just called to just put my hands there and let the Reiki flow, you know, so just do it.
By the way, speaking of which, I wanted to say, help is coming from unexpected sources right now. Someone might not even call themselves a Reiki practitioner. Just like the person got together with someone and the next day they were diffused, you might get together with someone the next day you're like, oh my God, I'm healed. So expect healings and support and help, because there's light workers everywhere that you didn't even know were light workers. And expect, you know what, make that your expectation. Build your miracle world around that. Expect healing, awakening, manifesting help every moment. And let it come in, and your life will resynchronize, and you'll track stuff like that. Go for that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, definitely. So Odile is asking, do I have to live somewhere else on the planet to be a successful healer?
No, but let me check why you asked that just a second.
It's like, I think
so
I should ask that
the issue
question.
isn't your healing. You're a very bright light. The issue is getting the maps, the synchronistic maps with the right beings, because the interference isn't in you, it's coming through the line to get you and the right ones to you. So that has to be cleared, because that's from a different lifetime, and that is the kind of thing I can help you with privately. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Debbie's asking, I don't know if it's, would you be able to clear any blocks that I have? I send light and healing energy out every day to every sentient being, Mother Earth, etc. But I feel I could do more.
I don't clear, I help you clear. I'm all about, and yes, I can, but I don't do anything to you. I'm all about everyone taking their authority now. So what I do is I assist people. So as I work with you, things evaporate off of you in our collaboration. Things are cleared. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
And you get more of a handle on what you couldn't clear. Something new can happen, so you can clear more in the future. Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Good.
Also, I just want to say, like, I can only do so much in 10 minutes. So my intention is always that you receive a palpable adjustment. But, you know, if you want something that has a lot of layers to it, then more work is needed, if either with me or someone else. Yeah.
15 minutes.
15, yes.
I'm sure you can do a lot in 15 minutes.
I can.
I know.
But I can't change your whole life.
That's true.
And if there's like 5 patterns that have been built over 7 lifetimes, I might encourage you either with me or someone else to do more than just that. Okay. Yeah. But yes, you will have a shift and clearing will occur. Exactly. If that is your intention, I'm aligned with it and know what to do. Yes.
So Gurjeet is asking, am I at the right place for expanding my education business? What's stopping me from succeeding in my business?
And say the name again of the person, first name.
Gurjeet.
It's a lot of mental doubt. You're getting in your own way because your soul gifts are so beautiful. Your intelligence is too, and your heart. And so this mental doubt just goes in circles, and it's become like a blockage of energy. And so if I worked with you, I'd give you a whole new map of how to organize your mentalness every day so that it allows in the bounty of what you really are. But I would be giving you probably about 7 different steps. So I'm not going to go on with all of it right now, but let me give you one right now because everyone can benefit. So instead of, as soon as the doubt blockage comes in, instead just ask, how can my mind support my deepest soul intention in this moment? And open up to new kind of thought.
Awesome. Thank you. Jan is asking, my dog Roxy has lumps popping up on her body. Is there something she needs from me or something else? Oh.
Well, that's a medical issue. If there's benign tumors or non-benign tumors, you know, whether you use a Western or Eastern or mixed, I always go for the mixed. You have both backgrounds. That's a medical question. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so Marlene is asking a question about her dog Rufus. So does Rufus have a message for me?
Yes. Rufus is saying with a big laugh, total sense of humor, like, you're good as is.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And you're doing it the right way. And like, it's okay that you're worried about something, but you're actually fine. Yeah. I'm not speaking. I'm speaking on behalf of Rufus.
Yeah.
But I concur.
Awesome. Sunshine. Haven't seen Sunshine
Wait, that
in a while.
person needs assistance with, these are burden layers. There's worry layers that are from the DNA, and they're not real, but they seem so real because they're so in the body. So again, I can help with that.
So that's
or get
Marlene.
help with it, one or the other. I love to help. I love to help you. I just don't like to pressure people that it has to be me. If you already have your people that you prefer, I'm told great with that.
Yeah.
But I love to help you all if you want to come get help.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Sunshine is asking if there's a possibility that I can do some healing work as a job in the future. I feel very not satisfied in current job, but doubting myself when I do different job than healing.
So I think Sunshine's asking, should I work as a healer in the future?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to work out this because you're going to take it to the healing. So what yes, absolutely you can do that, but you need to work out. There's a big energy line right through your face of dissatisfaction, and I'm not a judge. We all deal with dissatisfaction. And that's what your real work is. And from that, this job, a healing job, whatever job will be quite glorious. But that work has to be done, and I can help you with that.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. MG. I often don't ask a question because I'm not sure how to formulate it. Right now, I'm trying to put a bookstore online, but writing is something I also do. Do these balance, or should I put my energy more into one or the other?
Well, I'm feeling that if you put your energy into the bookstore first, it's going to give you more spaciousness and ideas and inspiration for the writing. So follow your heart, do what's right for you. But what I'm seeing is the timeline of really giving a lot of energy to the bookstore first will be a much more, it will feel very good. It will work. It's a design for harmony one. You can't, the other way you can do, but it almost feel a little split, and the bookstore will feel depleted, deleted, diminished, not deleted, depleted and diminished. But the first way looks like it ultimately supports both in a nice flow.
That's what I got too. I got bookstore first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Julie says, what is the best way for me to spread my light to my family members? I work with children and can share my light with them. So her issue is with family.
Well, all the famous people, I think Christ, you name it, they had trouble at home.
I said this the other day too. Exactly the same thing. Don't count on your family.
Yeah, didn't Jesus have to move like the second he was born? He had to be snapped up. Yeah, so I see what you're doing with the children is so beautiful. Oh my God, and you're in contract with them. Your family's contract with you is to make a number of your family members are there, so you develop yourself a confidence and lose your attachment to who approves of you. It's not gonna. So take the lesson, be thankful, be like, oh yeah, okay, I get to be myself. I don't need approval. Let them teach you that. And get so happy and joyful and excited about healing yourself when you're with them that you don't need to give them anything. And they might actually then want to receive something. But if not, you'll be fine. Yeah. That's really what's going on with you and them. You contracted for that. Yeah.
And let them come to you if they want it, Let them come to you. I've said this many times, but my family, until they come to me and say, can you help me? I keep my mouth shut, my energy to myself, only when they ask.
It might not be in the overall like destiny. It might not be supported by the universe. It's like when an animal wants to reincarnate and people are like, are they choosing to reincarnate? Some of them can choose by the higher source. Some of them are told this is not the highest time. It's in the highest interest of you and that person that you're in different realms. And some are told no. And it's the same with everything. When you start to try to control things that are beyond the bigger picture, what's supported, it's a lesson, but all it does is deplete your energy and then the years go by. So I don't advise doing things that aren't being supported by the highest source because your willpower wants to. Or if it seems like it would be great. Like I spent many years trying to heal all kinds of people that were just coming to grab energy off me. So now I don't have anything to do with them. If you're coming to heal, great. If not, I recommend, I just get it right away. I say, I'm probably not the right person for you. So yeah, you're
Awesome.
usually not the right person for your family. That's not your role with them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's okay. So yeah, after you purchase the 15-minute session with Laurie, you'll get a link to book your session with her. Okay. So somebody was asking about that. All right. Anything else? Did I miss any did I miss any questions? There's still lots of questions, but is there anything else that you want to talk about, Laurie? I don't want to forget.
Let me check. Hold on. So let's just end with a meditation. So I'm asking that everyone's highest guidance, the source of all life itself, shower these people with immense light, self-love, love of others, ability to re-navigate, shift and change as the world revs and our roles change, washing away anything that's not needed, strengthening in you anything that is, trusting yourself more than me or anyone else, always trusting your conversation and dialogue with the divine first, because we all create a different world. And we will see now and in months and years to come that people can live in very, very different worlds and be inches apart from each other. So choose your world well, trust yourself deeply, get help as needed, and namaste and much love to all of you.
Beautiful. Thank you. And, that is so important, to trust your knowing, call back your own power, be in your power, be in your sovereign self, and create, choose to create. What are you creating? Right. And just, don't follow all the mass hysteria out there.
It's just a reality. Is it really no matter what happens, like if you wake up in your home and you have your whole day to create and do whatever your responsibilities are, your agreements, like how much does that really have to do with you? If you're here creating an opposing reality, if everyone is at home doing that, there's going to be amazing glory and grace, and there is. Everything's changing. I was just really quick. I was working on some geographical areas, and I got in my car to do an errand, a loud errand, and drove through there. And yeah, it's not the same place anymore. So you can do so much from home, so much. Your energy is so potent. There's nothing to interfere with it unless you allow. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you want to share your light with the world, please do so, but also include yourself. All right. Also include yourself. Don't forget you in everything that's going on. So take care of you, nurture you, nourish you, fill up your cup. That's the most important thing right now, is, coming back to you and doing what's required for you. And we all know these things because we all have tools. Most of you, I know, who are on these calls, I know most of you. So you have the tools that you can start to use for yourself. Start using them. This is the time, and start creating. Whatever it is that you want to create, whatever reality you want to generate, you can start now. If you didn't start before, start now, right? And all will be well. It's just amazing how interesting everything is that's going on, right? So
yeah.
right, it's just interesting. It's like I'm watching, I'm looking at everything, and I'm just watching everything, and at the same time it's like, all right, well, I'm going to create what's fun for me. So do you do what's fun for you?
Yes.
Right? And
yes,
so
yes.
If it's a positive shift within yourself, start by saying I love you to yourself. That will create a huge positive shift, right? That's how you create heaven on earth, is by loving yourself, accepting yourself, right? Being an allowance of yourself. Right, Laurie?
Absolutely, yeah. Do what makes you fun, do what gives you joy. That's all I'm doing. And my joy is being on my mission, but do what your joy is. If it's laying in the hammock, lay in the hammock. Like I said, I like hanging out with the cats a good portion of the day, doing nothing but being a cat myself. Just, do whatever makes you happy, as long as it's healthy, and that's all you need.
And if you don't know what your mission is, have a session with Laurie. If you have blockages and you don't know what they are and what to do with them, have a session with Laurie. Support is available here for you, right? And a lot of times that support, the question you're asking, the answer cannot be given in 2 minutes.
Yes.
So Laurie's given you all a taste of, what she can do and how she can work with you. But, grab that 15-minute session, you know, and like Laurie says, right now it is, you know, 15 minutes because of the quarantine what we're in right now. So take advantage of that. Why not? Right? And
Yes.
get that clarity and get that clearing, get that energetic shift for yourself. All right. So again, the package for Laurie, the special offer, the 15-minute session with Laurie is available at alara.at/show/Laurie4, LAURIE4. Okay. So just, you know, reach out. You know, this is the support that you've been wanting and asking for is available for you. So are you available for it? Right? Are you available for the support? That's all I gotta say about that.
I love being on your show. I love the people on your show. I love talking to you. I hope we'll still connect, even though I'm off off the Facebook phone. I'd love to connect with you privately on Zoom like we used to on the Facebook phone. And I just love you all, and thank you. My cats are laughing so hard about my last comment, so I'm sitting here laughing. They're just like,
I was wondering, they've been so quiet. They haven't really
they're
been
laughing.
around. You know? It's like I saw one once for like a few minutes. They were like on the chair there or the stool there, but then that was it, you know?
They're hanging out and they're like sending a message like, yeah, do this all day. It's awesome. And go run, play, and leap and jump. It's awesome.
Exactly. And enjoy. I mean, I'm fortunate and I'm grateful that I get to go walk down to the park with Neo every day, and it's beautiful. I'm, you know, seeing all the flowers blooming, all the bushes, all the trees blooming, you know, and there's always new growth every day. And every day I look at the new growth and I'm like, wow, nature is amazing. I hear the birds, you know, and it's like, it's just amazing. And I'm grateful that I get to, you know, do that every single day, you know. And Neo is wonderful. He just likes to run and, you know, smell everything and stop everywhere. And when I say, Neo, let's just stop for 2 minutes, he's like, he just looks at me like, really? I want to keep going. And I was like, just 2 minutes. Let's just sit in the sun for 2 minutes and then we'll go. Right. And it's like, you know, those little moments are, you know, do whatever that is, that's fun for you. Me sitting in the sun in the park, that's beautiful. I love it. Me walking with Neo in the park, it's beautiful. I love it. And that fills me up, right? That lights me up, that fills me up, that, you know, it replenishes me. And I come back, I just have to share this really quickly. Sometimes, you know, I'll go in the mirror and I'll look at myself and it's like, oh, I look dark, or like, I don't know, I am dark, right? I am brown, right? So I look brown. And then, but when I come in from the park, you know, and I go in the bathroom and I change and wash my hands, I'm like glowing. I'm like glowing. It's like, oh, who is this person? You know?
You're always glowing, Alara, but I understand the story.
Right? And so that's how I become nourished, is from the sun, from the fresh air, from the walk with Neo, from nature, from the flowers, all of that. So, you know, what fills you up? Do that. Choose that for you. Okay. You're important. And then that's what you have to get at this time. You are important. Regardless of what's going on around you, you are important. You matter. Okay.
And you beam that out. If you're taking care of yourself, you're beaming that out to the world. It's actually helping people more than if you're running yourself ragged to help them. From someone who used to do that and will only do it the nourishing way now, it is said with no judgment.
Yeah, exactly. So Laurie is a prime example of that. She knows the difference between nurturing yourself and sending out light, and depleting yourself and sending out light. And what
I
that's
know
like.
that polarity so well.
Right?
The first way, the nourishing self, is so awesome. Yes.
Exactly. Yes. And we receive more actually when you are nourished and you're sending out light. We receive more, and your light is much more brilliant as well, right? So, and we thank you for that. So thank you everybody for all of your questions. I know we didn't get to all of them, but thank you. Just in case you don't know, it's like almost 1:30 in the morning here, so I am starting to fade.
Thank you for doing it so late. Thank you.
I've been doing good. I took a little nap earlier, so I'm doing good. But it's like, yeah, I'm gonna start to fade. But I'm so glad that we were able to do this, Laurie. I just absolutely love talking to you. Love being present with you. You know, and I miss I miss our Zoom sessions. I was going through a tough time too, and I think you were too.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, let's talk soon. I have a lot to share with you. Yeah, let's do that.
Exactly. Yes, we'll do that soon. Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'll email you. But thank you so much, so much. Oh my God, I wish I could have gone to Hawaii. It's like, oh my God, it was.
Oh,
It would have been so
All
amazing.
my advanced students, it's already full, except there's a spot for you if you want to come next year, February.
Oh, next year. Okay.
You would
see,
fit
next
right
year,
in. Yeah.
Yeah, next year I can do that. I can do next year. This year,
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.